Good day, everyone. I pray that your weekend was filled with spaces and places of joy, of peace, of happiness, that you found just a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes at least, where you felt good. I know so many things have been going on that may have impacted your emotions, that may have impacted your feelings. I know we've been going for months with this COVID stuff, and for some of us, it's starting to get to us. And that's what I want to talk about today. You know, some of you are sheltering in place or social distancing with people in your home, but there are some of us who have been doing it alone. And let me tell you, I can only speak from my own perspective. This stuff is getting a little bit, I'm kind of tired of it. I posted in my Good Morning post about how much a good hug does for you. I miss being hugged. I miss being able to hug my grandchildren and to just smell the freshness and newness on the babies and the plumpness with the toddlers and the not really wanting to be hugged by those who are latency age. I just miss it all. I miss hugging my children. I miss hugs from church. I miss physical touch. And when you live alone, now, you know, this is an adult thing. You can touch yourself, but that is not the same. You know, at the end of yoga or at the end of a dance thing, they always say, put your arms around yourself and hug yourself. And where it does help a little bit, it's not the same as being hugged or giving a hug to someone else. So I want to encourage those of you who have been sheltering or been social distancing by yourself. And I have some friends who say, well, it's not that bad because I'm an introvert anyway, and I've always enjoyed being home by myself. And that was my story. I've been living alone for the last couple of years, and for the most part, I have enjoyed it. I've never really felt lonely. I enjoyed my own company. But what this COVID-19 has taught me is that I miss being able to be in community. I enjoy this virtual community and I try to form it in lots of different ways, but I miss in-person community. And so I just want to encourage you. I know what you're going through because I'm going through the same thing. I want you first and foremost to give yourself permission that if you are missing this, if you're feeling like something is missing, give yourself permission to name it. Give yourself permission to be able to say, I miss the company of other people. For real, the only time I actually really see other people is when I go walking in the morning and I walk by and I say hello, and that's the extent of the conversation. Every now and then a neighbor will come out and we stay 6 feet apart at least, and we may chat for a minute. And sometimes my son will bring the grandchildren over and we still social distance. But as much as I love to see them, my heart aches because I want to touch them. I want to play with them. I want to hold them. And so I encourage you first and foremost to acknowledge what you're feeling. We always talk about acknowledge what you're feeling. And number two, to remember my phrase I've been using for the last couple of weeks, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. If I did not believe that, I would not have any hope. So I am choosing to believe that there will come a time when we can be back in community in the way that we have in the past, and maybe it will be enhanced. Maybe we'll have more of an appreciation for our human connections. Now, for those of you who have been sheltering or social distancing with people in your home, and you've gone through phases where you're really grateful for them or when they've really gotten on your nerves, that's okay too. I want to acknowledge that the people being alone are not the only ones being affected. Someone was telling me recently that the divorce rate has gone up during COVID-19. I know the domestic violence rate has gone up. So there is something, sometimes being with other people may not be as healthy as one would like for it to be. So my prayers go out to you also. I'm looking forward to the day when the tide will change. We'll be able to get back to interacting in community, when we'll be able to get back to worshiping in community, when we'll be able to get back to partying in community, when we'll be able to get back to loving in community, because we are communal beings. Our souls thrive on interaction. Now, for some of us, because I am introverted, we don't need as much interaction as some of you extroverts, but we still need some. And so I just want to encourage you today and know that I am thinking about you, and I'm sending you all virtual hugs of peace, virtual hugs of happiness, virtual hugs that just say you are important. And you are a part of my existence. You are a part of my world. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate you on purpose. Some of you may notice that I have a scarf on. For those who know me, you know that I've always worn my hair cut short in COVID because I'm scared to go to my barber, not because of him, but just because of social distancing. My hair has grown out, and I am not used to it. So yesterday I washed my hair and I braided it, and I put on a scarf. I guess you would call this a protective hairstyle, and I am now rocking a scarf. So I'd ask you to put in the comments, what adjustments has COVID caused you to make just with your own personal being? It can be good, it can be bad, and maybe you can give us some hints of the changes that you have made that have helped to uplift your spirit, so we can help to uplift each other. Love you all, and I will talk with you later. Bye-bye.